Okay, so we've covered Conquest mode in my last Call of Duty Player's Guide to Battlefield 4, but this time I'm going to be talking about Rush, a more infantry-based game mode that you could say is a distillation of the Battlefield experience. Whereas Conquest gives you the freedom to wander massive maps and attack or defend the objectives of your choice, in Rush you are forced to attack or defend two specific objects at a time, MCOM stations, so everything is more focused and intense and has to be experienced to be believed. If you haven't already, please check out my videos on getting started in Battlefield 4, how to set up the Assault, Engineer and Support classes, how to practice on the test range, and my Conquest guide could be pretty useful too. To get into a game of Rush, go to Multiplayer Quick Match Rush, and as usual play the base maps while you get used to the terrain and tactics before you move on to the DLC options. So, before we get started, I need to explain how Rush works a little clearer, because it's unlike anything you'll have come across in Call of Duty. There's two teams, attackers and defenders, which start at opposite ends of the map. The initial objectives are two MCOM stations, which look a bit like standalone cash machines, A and B. The attacking team have to get to the MCOMs, then arm them, and after several seconds, if the defenders don't defuse them, the MCOM will explode. To get to the next stage, the attackers have to destroy both MCOMs. The catch, however, is the attackers only have a set number of tickets or lives to activate and destroy those two MCOM stations, while the defenders have infinite lives, so that's what makes this game mode so special. As an attacker, you've got to keep pushing to your objective with your squad or teammates, and the defenders know where you'll be coming from, so as your tickets drain, things can get very tense indeed. The defenders win by simply stopping the attackers from destroying at least one of the MCOM stations when the attackers' tickets or lives run out. As an attacker, once you've activated and destroyed the first two MCOM stations, there's a brief lull, your home base moves up and the map expands. With two more MCOM stations to take, you also then get reinforcements, a load more tickets or lives allocated to your team, ready for the next push. For the defenders, their home base drops back and they've got to retreat to defend those two new MCOMs. So as the game progresses, you gradually move across the map. There's usually 3, 4 or 5 sets of MCOMs to take or defend, and trust me, by the end, if it's a close game where everyone is piling onto the last objectives, this can be an amazing experience. The attackers win by taking all of the MCOMs two at a time and can keep pushing because they get reinforcements every time they capture each set of MCOMs. To get the most out of Rush, try keeping together with your squad mates, and if you're the squad leader, make sure you point out which MCOM your guys should be attacking or defending. If you're not the leader, again try and stick together and follow those orders. When you're attacking, approach along the sides, the flanks. Wait for support, then push into the MCOMs to activate them, then back out a little to give you the space to defend them, say into the corners of a room if that's where the MCOM is. If you're defending, watch those flanks, watch for people creeping past. If you've got explosives, set them around the MCOMs and then push past to make sure the attackers don't get near them. Don't sweat it too much when you lose MCOMs, just reposition and get ready for the next wave. Often it's easier when one of your MCOMs has already gone, because then all your teammates can concentrate on defending the remaining one. You can defuse MCOMs too, so if you hear the sirens go off, get over to that MCOM ASAP and do your best to make sure it doesn't explode. Now, to really enjoy the game and be effective, the deploy screen is super important. The distances from the home base of the MCOMs, whether as an attacker or a defender, can be really long, so try and spawn in on your squad mates, the green triangles, so you can help them and keep the pressure on the enemy. That also means that when you see that little sign come up on the screen, last man in squad, keep yourself alive. Don't go diving into a firefight straight away, because you want to give the opportunity for your squad mates to spawn in on you so they don't have to run the entire length of the map to get back into the action. Although Rush is primarily infantry based, there will be a few vehicles available, so deploying to one if it appears, especially if all of your squad mates are dead and you'd otherwise have a long run to the front line. Which class you'll be running depends on your playstyle and the resistance you'll be coming up against. If I'm the squad leader, generally I always run assault, so I can be at the front of the action reviving teammates with my defibs and healing them with my med bags. If there's any vehicles threatening, I'll switch to engineer and use my rockets to try and take them out. For some of the fiercer choke points, the support class with an LMG can be very useful. And this is about the only mode at the moment where I occasionally use the recon and deploy my sniper, as generally as an attacker or a defender you've got a really good idea where the enemy will be coming from. If in doubt, go with assault, but don't be afraid to experiment with the other classes, especially for laying claymores, mines and C4 around common routes and the MCOM stations themselves. As with Conquest, never give up. Even as attackers, you're down to a handful of tickets, because even if you're down to your last ticket, if that last MCOM is armed, the game doesn't finish until it either blows up and you get more reinforcements, or if the last MCOM you'll win, or worst case scenario, you lose. If you're the defenders, don't just assume the game is over when the attackers are down to the last few tickets. Keep looking after those MCOMs and don't let them get armed. To summarise all this, to get the most out of Battlefield 4's rush mode, attack or defend the objectives, spawn in, on and work with your squad mates, and don't stop fighting until the game is over. Okay, so that's enough from me. Please put any questions or comments down below. Hit like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Where is the incoming A?
Set the charge on objective Alpha.
Charge. Always a pleasure.
We now control objective Alpha.
Oh my god, there's an armoured vehicle again. There's a guy at the back of B behind the sofas. Oh my god.
Heads up. Enemy sniper south of your location.
Right, let's hold this one, guys. I'm down.
I need repairs for my vehicle. Taking out all
Well
objectives.
done.
Now control the base.
Let's get those stragglers. Watch out for snipers.
Come on up, man. We're taking up the city.
There's a guy just underneath the bridge. Oh, well done. Well done, Teddy Bear.
I need you to attack this objective.
Hello.
Here's your med kit. Go get it. Here's your med kit. Keep it up. Get over here and pick up this med kit. Get going. Go, go. Hang on. Let me help you. Pick it up. Man down. Man down. Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
Oh, we've got a bit of a long run again. Hello.
Here's your med kit. Hang on, let me help you. Here's your med. Go get it. Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
Where is A anyway? Oh, it's in the swimming pool. Right.
Here's your med kit. Pick it up. I need you to attack this objective.
your meds. Pick it up. Here's your meds.
Charge has been set on objective Bravo.
Here's your med kit. Fire the hostile soldier.
Enemy has defused the charge on objective Bravo. Charge is now set on objective Bravo.
Med kit. Here's your med kit. There's your med kit. Go get it.
The enemy has defused the charge on objective Bravo. I can help you.
Oh, it's going to be a close one again. Where is it? Do you know where the MCOM is on B?
There appears to be an enemy sniper located north of your spawn.
Is it upstairs? Is it?
I don't think it's on the second floor, I don't think so.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's downstairs.
Is it downstairs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's downstairs. They're all around it. Yeah, it's downstairs in front of the elevator door. But it is. They are all over there. You're better off going round to the right and coming in from the left. By the look of it. Yeah. Right. It's right below us now. Okay, right, we just got to defend it now.
I got your med kit.
Well done.
Yeah, nice one.
That was close, wasn't it? Oh look, great team. We're all in the top 10.